give them an excuse for anything. You know, I'm not going to blame the officials. I'm not going to blame the youth. It's if we give them an out, they got an out. They don't get an out. Okay, we got to line up and play this weekend, and you can't afford to have an excuse for this, because then it's acceptable, and it's not acceptable whether you're a freshman, a senior, or offense or defense. I don't want to give them an out, because it has to be very defined for them so they know where they need to be to win. Okay.
North Dakota State, 4 games they fumbled 8 times and lost 6. That's something you guys noticed right away, or
Say that again. I'm sorry.
They fumbled 8 times and lost 6 of them. Is that something that jumped out on the film, or something you guys maybe you noticed?
Who's that? North Dakota State?
North Dakota State, yeah.
Shoot, I'm still trying to plug our dike. I'm not. I'm not. You know, those things. I think they're working to shore those things up. I think I'm not sitting there focusing on saying they're going to fumble the football. You know, this is going to be a pretty intense football game. This is going to be a very hard-hitting football game, as it always is, and it's going to be a very intense environment. So I think those things are going to, you know, arise for or against in this football game. So I think all those things will come together come game day. So I'm not going to just focus on that's what they did. I'm more concerned about how to defend them and how to attack them, and then the intensity of which we play.
Logan Cunningham was stressed and didn't play. Did he re-aggravate the shoulder on Saturday, or was it that just a...
No, he had an injury. You know, in our off week, we had a couple of unfortunate things happen to us, and one of them was his, because of the surface we play on. Our outdoor fields are adequate, and he slipped, and it was more of a muscle sprain, but the greasy field, because it was that morning it poured and that type of stuff, and it was too greasy out there to be out there. And it hurts when we start running around and you start sliding out when you're braking. Muscle tends to pull. So, you know, it's unfortunate, but it happens. So that's football too.
Karter Schult had 5 tackles for loss from a defensive tackle. That's pretty
Who's that?
impressive. Karter Schult. Talk about the defensive tackle being, using their backfield a lot and Saturday, 5 tackles for loss.
I thought Karter really played well. Karter's been really playing well this season. You go back and look at his numbers, and he really has been playing well. He's playing inside on top of it, and he's not really the true size of a defensive tackle, but he's really getting off blocks. He's holding point on double teams, and he's really playing with a great intensity right now. And he's overcoming size with that kind of attitude. So what he's doing is very impressive, and he's doing it with just basically extra effort. That's how he's winning his downs, is extra effort. So he's been a pleasant, productive player for us that I maybe at the beginning of the season wouldn't have said he would be this productive this early, particularly playing inside, because he's more of an outside type player that we're playing inside.